Good morning, my friends, and welcome to another interesting shave on Shaving with Rich. Today is a truly legendary day. I was rooting around in my soap cabinet and I came across a legendary soap. Today we will be using Fanulay's Unicorn Farts. I did also find the matching aftershave that goes with it. I have both. This is going to be a doubly, although the wife unit, I did test it out last night and she dislikes it very much. So I'm not sure if I'll use much of the aftershave. I'll probably put a little bit on just to say that I've used it. But because she didn't like it much, I'll have to bow to her wishes a little bit. We're going to use the Maggard synthetic today, and continuing my regimen of relearning. Back with the Feather SS. This will be its third shave with this, and more legendary equipment. I'll be using the Schick injector adjustable type M. This has got a fresh blade in it, so this will be a I've got it set on 3 right now. Now, interesting, if you look at how the soap is loaded in here, it looks like she used a cake icing bag or something and put the soap in there. I thought that was kind of cool. Unicorn Farts. I mean, what's not to like about that? I can't. Where's water dripping off of it? Having a leak or something? They went all out too. This is a big container. It's got waterproof labeling. Has a pretty picture of a unicorn on the front there. And it does say soap of the gods for Unicorn Farts. So it's got to be pretty amazing, or they wouldn't say it. At least that's my story. I'm sticking to it. It's got a very, very floral fragrance to it, in keeping with the coming of spring, even though we had snow less than a week ago. Today's sunny and nice, which is good. I have some repairs to make to a car out in the driveway. I'm gonna be taking a door apart and putting a new door latch in it because it decided it doesn't like to close. I don't think it's an adjustment, but we're going to try to adjust it first, and if that doesn't work, I do have another latch for it. Let's see how this goes, shall we? This would be an interesting candidate to add some culotta to it so I can have frosted unicorn farts. It's a pretty good idea. I may try that just a minute. Well, I'll try the first pass, and if that idea still has a lot of charm to it, I'll maybe add some culotta to this. That'll be interesting for the day. It does lather up real nice. Lather's easy. It's a fairly soft soap, so it loaded real fast. So I've got a ton of product on this brush, and just from this little bit of agitation, I got a pretty good sheen off of it. I'm looking at the ingredients here. It's a vegan soap. There's no tallow in it, so it's all glycerin. So it's going to work real good with my super lather solution because it also has glycerin in it. So I'm going to have pretty slick. See, it's yeah, it's working out real good. Maybe I'll put a little bit more water in just for giggles. That's where I like it to be, but I want to make it just a little bit more soupy. Not that we want to have wet unicorn farts. We want to have, you know, regular, not wet unicorn farts. My wife has made comments about that even though I'm 58 years old, farts are still funny, so I must still be 13. And I have to go along with that. Farts are always funny. Some guys will try to deny it. No, farts aren't funny. When it comes right down to it, we're men. And we all love that scene on Blazing Saddles. Okay, looks like we have wonderful peaky lather. And it does have a nice sheen to it, so even if the fragrance doesn't agree with me, let's see how the performance is. Boy, it is fragrant. It's got a lot of florals in it. This is the same soap or company that brought to you Elf Balls and Peach Cobbler. I think I have a Peach Cobbler from them too. It's a sample, but I know I have Elf Balls. That was one that didn't lather real well last time I tried. But if it's the same base or similar, I think I've got it figured out. My brush, I was using the which brush I use. It didn't like my method, I think. I'm wondering if I shouldn't be going like this. This is more comfortable to me than going backhanded. Some guys, I've seen some people doing that. Okay, wow, that's fairly slick. Not much on residuals. It dries out real fast. So when I add a little water to it, it's got passable residual slickness. I don't know. I don't think it'd be tops on the list, but it's a novelty soap. So because it's a novelty soap, I think we're gonna try some frozen unicorn farts. This is a culotta powder. I got 20 grams of it, so we'll put a dose about the size of a pea in there. I have culotta, and this is the newest one. I've been experimenting with the WS-23. I've got it in a little jelly jar, and then I couldn't find another one of these, so a pill bottle does just as good. For you guys who are following along with that experiment, it's doing pretty good. I think I'll enjoy it more come summertime when I can't just go outside and get cooling. The powder doesn't seem to affect the lather in any way, but it does indeed add some cooling, which is nice. Although I don't mind, and actually like menthol fragrance quite a bit, so I think I could even use more water in this. That might help the residual slickness a little bit. That and having some water on my face. For a relatively small dose of culotta, it may take it a minute or two. I'll dab a little bit on my lip here, which seems to be the most sensitive part of my face for this stuff, and see how it's working. Okay, on to the injector. Interesting that Chris Noir asked a question about what we thought of adjustable injectors, and frankly this is the only one I have any experience with, and it's spectacular, to the point where I don't use my other injectors much now that I've got this one. I probably should give them some love or they'll get jealous and revolt or something. I got myself again, same spot. I must just have a sensitive spot there on my chin. I have to admit, I'm almost wondering if I shouldn't be looking for a spare for this injector in case my son with his downy whiskers decides he wants to take up shaving. He's only got about 19 whiskers on his whole face, and the rest of it's kind of downy fluff. And he dry shaves. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Just goes in, takes that contraption of his, and just drags it across his face, yanking all the. I've got to imagine it's not very comfortable. But he's always in a hurry. I'm not getting any cooling at all out of the culotta. Well, maybe just a little bit. I don't want to waste it too much on a novelty soap. Well, if he should ever decide to pick up our sport, I'm kind of laying a few razors aside for him. In case I'm still alive when he's doing it. Otherwise he's going to be like me. I didn't find my father's wet shaving gear until after he'd passed away. To my knowledge, he had always been a electric kind of guy. And then only did blades when I was taking care of him. They didn't really want me using electric around all his medical stuff. So I go in and I'd use a track 2. I think they were track 2. They were as a double bladed disposable that hospice brought. So I shaved him with those. Yeah, that's 3 good passes. Unicorn farts is good for your face, I reckon. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Well, it's legendary equipment. And certainly legendary equipment, or legendary software. Let me clean this mess up and I'll be right back. Welcome back. I've got things cleaned up here. Had a really great shave today. And we were using Von Eule's legendary unicorn farts. We used a little bit of the aftershave. It's awfully floral. If you guys have ever had a hawthorn tree, it's that intense of the fragrance. So I didn't use much of this. I actually did a little bit, and then I followed it up with my own lemongrass, lavender, and patchouli, which I like a lot better. Of course, we used some Thayers. The main players today was the Maggard Synthetic. Introducing or working with the Feather SS, and of course feature player today was the Schick injector adjustable. That'd be type M model. Thank you for coming to visit me today for my shave, and I look forward to seeing you again. Come back and see me anytime, and like I said, there's lots of us out here on the shavingcadre.com. Look forward to seeing you there. Bye bye now.